we did a water petition back in 2019, right before the summer. And just like Christian said, after we realized that once we start uniting and start getting in numbers, it clicked as that, if we do this more constantly, we can make those changes that we're always trying to get as workers. So after that water petition, we got together again, and that's when we started to name ourselves DCH1 Amazonians United. And we started doing more meetings to talk about some of the sorry, what are some of the issues and concerns that all of our coworkers are facing right now inside DCH1, and what can we do about them? So we would have these meetings every once in a while, and then Prime Week came around, and everyone started working their overtime, because at our warehouse everyone works part-time. We weren't allowed to work more than 30 hours. So everyone's taking advantage of this overtime that they were offering us, and they promised us they were going to pay $3 extra for if we started the shift an hour early. So people were getting those hours in, and then they also said that they were going to pay us, the overtime as they should have. Prime Week ended, and we realized that our paychecks weren't as they were, as well as the last day for Prime Week. That day got really hot inside our warehouse. That summer was extremely hot. Working conditions were horrible. We actually got sent home by the site lead that day because it was extremely hot. No one was able to work. They promised us pay for the rest of the day, and everyone went home. We celebrated. When we checked our paychecks when we checked our time clocks the next day, we realized that they took UPT and points from the white badges. So we said, well, what's going on? We brought it up to management. Management said it was part of the procedure, and we said, hell no. We got together, we talked about it as DCH1 Amazonians United, and we said, we got to do something about this. They promised us to pay for that overtime, and we don't think it's fair that they're punishing us with taking away UPT for something that wasn't our fault. So the following Monday, I believe, we got all the people who got affected by this, and we confronted management and HR about this. They made us sign a list. They made us put our name in our list to see the people who were going to be affected, and they were going to resolve this problem as soon as possible, which they did. They paid us the overtime that they owed us, but not for the $3 extra that they promised. So that wasn't really much of the success we were looking for, but it was still a move. It was still an action that motivated people to keep doing these type of things. The following action that we did after that was an action against one of the shift assistants, one of the L3s, because there was a lot of disrespect coming from them. We thought that maybe it was time for the L3 to start treating us a little bit better as human beings. It was just a lot of yelling, and we said we're not going to take this. So we talked to a lot of people who were being affected by the treatment by this L3. We talked with them, we met up again, and we said, let's do a petition about this to see how many people are down to talk with management about to see if there's anything we can do. So we did. We made a petition. We got our signatures in the break room off the clock, and we tried to present the petition to one of the managers, and they completely rejected it. Eventually, the message did reach our site leads and managers, and they actually sent the L3 to, from what we know, I can't remember, for a retrain to treat us better as workers and as people, because there was just a lot of yelling and disrespecting from that manager. The next action that we took was the PTO campaign that our coworkers in Sacramento started back in 2019 as well, during during peak season, my bad. And after they walked out, we realized that this is a campaign that we have to continue. So we started gathering again. We talked with our coworkers, and we showed them that this is something that we should have been getting from the very beginning when we got hired. People were down with doing something about it. We started talking again. We had a meeting, and we discussed our plan of what are the steps we were going to take to get this PTO campaign running. We eventually did a petition with a couple of demands. We got over 250 signatures. It was really hard to get those signatures because at the beginning of the campaign, when we were getting those signatures, there was a lot of pushback because people weren't necessarily sure if this is something we had a right to, because they were, again, we weren't getting it from the beginning, so people thought it was just something we were being excluded from, and we said no, it's in the manual, it's part of the policy, we have to do this. And we also brought up our comrades from Sacramento, that their fight is what is just keep inspiring us. So a lot of people eventually did sign, again, 250 signatures, and we turned in this petition 3 times at the all hands meetings. And at the first time when we presented it, it got accepted by our site lead. And the following 2, it got completely rejected. But there was a lot of support from our coworkers at DCH1. And, we started also doing the buttons that Sacramento also had handed out at their facility. And, oh, yeah, there goes the buttons. Right, those buttons right there. Everyone started wearing them, a lot of them. Everyone was so excited about this. And we didn't hear anything from the site lead or a regional manager, which is who we're trying to reach with this petition. And eventually, during this whole pandemic thing, that's when we won our PTO. But our PTO, we were told that it's being renamed, that our sick time, because at delivery stations we only get sick time, they were told that our sick time was going to be renamed PTO, and we don't think it's fair. So our message is that this fight is still going. We're not stopping. We're going to try to get sick time and PTO. And I think with this meeting, we can help everyone, as many people as possible, to start, again, their own committee, to start, gathering coworkers to start making those changes that are needed in every warehouse.
And let me just add on real quick about the 4 strikes that we just did this past week. It was because there was 2 confirmed cases of coronavirus, and we were like, what the hell, we got to do something. We saw what New York City, Amazonians United New York City had done. They shut down their facility after they caught their delivery station manager trying to sweep it under the rug, trying to not tell workers what had just happened. They started telling all their coworkers that there was a positive coronavirus case, and they managed to shut that place down. And get paid for it. I think 2 times, if I'm not mistaken. So when that happened to us, we were like, oh hell no, we gotta act, and we gotta act quick. And so to stop the spread of coronavirus. So we came together, we just did a Zoom call real quick, set our demands, basically launched a petition, got 100 signatures within 24 hours, and we were only able to get those signatures because we had already been organizing. Right, it's not that we were just really good or whatever. It's just that we already had a lot of people's emails, a lot of people's phone numbers and everything. We got 100 signatures. We did a call on Sunday, then we did another call on Monday. We're like, all right, we're not just gonna turn this petition in again. We got to do something bigger because we're serious about this. So that's why we did a strike outside of our facility. We just went out there and we were like, now we're gonna be out here, we're striking, and we're gonna be telling our coworkers what's going on in here. A lot of coworkers didn't even know that there had been a coronavirus case announced, and so many joined us outside. Many just went back home. They were like, "Fuck this! I'm not going in there." I think Amazon it wasn't able to run very much volume. They didn't shut it down, but then we did it again on Tuesday morning. The shift after we did the strike there too. They weren't able to run very much volume. We had the majority of people out on strike with us. Instead of working. Then we did it again they tried to intimidate us during the week, and those 2-3 days afterwards, calling us into meetings, calling people over the phone. Hey, what was going on out there? Doing that kind of thing. And then come Friday evening, we did another strike because we were like, oh, we're not done here. We're still demanding a shutdown. And that was real powerful too. The Dominic, our site lead, he called the cops on us and everything, was threatening us with termination, but none of us got terminated, none of us got arrested. And then Saturday morning we did it again, and once again they called the cops on us. They did not accept the petition, but a community came out. There was a community caravan, a lot of cars, a lot of folks in solidarity with us just started driving up and down the street. It was over 50 cars. The whole street was really congested. The vans weren't able to get out. So yeah, I think management got the message loud and clear, because after those strikes, they implemented a lot of changes. They slowed down the pace of work. They started giving us gloves, masks, started checking our temperatures. They did a lot. So anyways, I've talked enough. Next up, we have the rep from Amazonians United New York City, DBK1. Where are you at?